will develop, and I'm really excited about Europe as well. United is coming back. Let's not forget, United is a big club,
Yes.
so it's a big deal for the Champions League as well on a commercial level. And obviously,
anymore.
Arsenal can't relate because
Not anymore.
you'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that.
We saw United lost 2-0 to Hull City today. No, it was quite a tough watch, I must say. What did today tell you about Manchester United that pre-season did not?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. That competitiveness and
it's nice.
and it does engage fans, because at the end of the day, we have to be honest. Kaizer Chiefs is a very big team, and some fans are hiding now because the team probably maybe hasn't won the league in a while and whatever. But having them in the title race will bring some fans closer to the league, closer to the football team. Yeah.
Ebe mfethu like awumanado ufitha kwa spanning ubhizi ukulele lesibusiso ko di mutsing because Chiefs loses it so like guys I even at it then
Yeah.
like I am not so let's have the big three teams playing well this season. Let's have them filling up stadiums. Let's have the league being tightly contested.
Yeah.
Sekhukhune have gone unbeaten in their last 3 league meetings with Orlando Pirates, winning 2 and drawing 1. Will Pirates be able to avenge themselves? Kadisha Miss Mabena, with all due respect, and welcome to 451. But as always, I am not alone. I'm with Man United hater Tshepang Ramazoma and Man United fan Silo Letwaba and Abo Bafo. How are you,
Arsenal
gentlemen?
hater as well. Because then I'm an
An
Arsenal
Arsenal
hater.
hater.
There's nothing to hate. There's nothing to hate. What can you hate?
Look, hate watch delayed is not a hate watch denied. So I will be patient. I'll be patient. I'll wait for my moment.
time is coming.
Right now I'm the one. Look, this thing is a cycle, Amchan. Today I'm the one underneath. Tomorrow I'll be the one on top. And yeah, look, tomorrow will come one day. I know there's a song, tomorrow will never come, but tomorrow will come for sure. I'm telling you.
Hearing 2-0 morning.
The Pirates Sekhukhune trilogy. Pirates play Sekhukhune 3 times in 8 days. They won 1-0 today in their first meeting against Sekhukhune, and they'll meet them again on Tuesday and next week, Saturday. What do keeps saying clever and smart? What does that actually mean when you pick a team?
Sure. Clever and smart. No, I think Wadu is just referring to, and maybe just the rotation, right?
Yeah.
But he knows that the past 3 matches against Sekhukhune, very stressful. Very, very stressful. Sekhukhune picked up 7 points against us, and today we had to avenge them, eh?
Yeah.
No, we had to avenge them. I'm not happy with the scoreline per se. I would have expected maybe, 3 Nyana goals just to show and scare Sundowns a bit. 3 Nyana
Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, look, say what you want to say, but we were both watching that game. That was not a convincing win. We all know that. Obviously, yeah, Sharpo, the Peter Mokaba Stadium is a small pitch, and it's quite small, and it's easy for Sekhukhune to defend you, But like apart from that moment where Lungu was able to combine with Uhoto to come up with that first goal, I don't feel like Orlando Pirates did much to try and break down Sekhukhune. Yes, they had a few shots, but then those shots, they came, especially in open play. The few shots that came in open play, they came courtesy of mistakes that came from Sekhukhune. You look at the first couple of minutes.
I wanna tell you something.
I'll tell you something. Ne?
Okay.
You guys, in terms of on a creativity level, I don't think you gave enough to warrant a win bigger than the 1-0 margin that you have.
I get where you're coming from, but can I tell you the game that was being played today?
Yeah.
Sekhukhune, let's not forget that these guys have 6 points on the lock. We have 7. You also have 7. They beat Amazulu 4-3, an Amazulu side that held Pirates to a goalless draw.
Yeah.
So, and this is a Sekhukhune side that also, they frustrated us in the past 3 matches. So, if anything, like it's justified in the sense that, okay, look, we could have scored more goals, but this is a type of game where, look, we also rotated heavily. This was a brand new midfield for us, like a brand new midfield for us. And look, I'm happy with the performances of Mtiani. I'm happy with the performances of Mukoboti. I'm happy also with the performances of our fullbacks.
So,
Sebelebele,
so,
Otto,
so tell me this. You face Kukune after rotating maybe some of your key players, right? Obviously, some of them it's forced because of the injuries that they've got. But tell me this: when you go into CAF Champions League and you are forced to rotate, are you going to always have these kind of tight games that are decided by one moment in a game? Is that sustainable? Do you feel after coming back from Morocco over the weekend, and then you have a game on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then you have to rotate where he has to be what smart and clever? Yes. Where your coach has to be smart and clever with the changes. Do you think you have the players on the bench to enforce that so that when the coach enforces those particular changes, that they can influence the game in a positive way, so that Pirates can keep on collecting points in the league and being competitive in the CAF Champions League?
Look, I'll be honest with you, Pirates this season, I feel like we have enough depth when it comes to.
But that's the quantity. That's quantity. Talk about the quality.
Let me land. Let me
Land,
land. Let me land.
Land.
I was getting there.
I want to hear this.
So I'm saying I feel like Pirates this season we have enough depth when it comes to our defense. The midfield, you can see we have the depth. It's the forward lines where I feel like the problems lie. And yes, you're right. We're not, necessarily killing off games. We're not necessarily playing the best football, and we are scraping wins here and there. But I feel like Orlando Pirates, when it comes to our depth at the back, our center backs, our full backs, and when it comes to the midfield as well, I feel like we have the legs, the numbers to make up. And I feel like another thing that's going to make a big difference. Wadu this season, he has, like, when Wadu came into the Pirate side last season, he made too many changes to our starting lineups. We were very inconsistent. We were dropping a lot of points. And this season, we've had a better start than last season. When it comes to CAF, I feel like that's still something that that's an obstacle that we are going to get to. Let's see with the players that get back from injury, because Mahop as well is out. Let's see with Talente Mbate, if he comes back, how soon he comes back, and when he comes back, the impact he makes. So I'm just saying, look, at the moment, we are playing good football, and I'm not too worried about CAF. I'm not too worried. I'm worried about the next game.
Okay.
Sikuku, Nene, those guys, we need to get our leg back. The fact that the past 3 matches, they are out here beating us, and then we draw. Then you're going to come and beat us 1-0. Like, look, Chief, if you're going to beat us maybe 2-1. 3-1, then I agree with that. You've beat us, But 1-0 and draw. That's you can't do that to the defending champions.
Smash and claps.
Exactly. So that's the thing. So it hurts, So we're doing what they did.
So do you feel vindicated from today's performance? Do you feel vindicated, or your vindication will come if you win all of the 3 games?
Okay, look, I think, yes, if we win all 3 matches, yes. Number one, yes, if we win all 3 matches.
Do you see that happening?
I do. Look, I'm not being too confident, but I do. I see that happening. Thing is, Sikukun as well, they're kind of toothless. They don't have Bradley Kropler anymore. So, and they've lost like some players as well during the window. So it makes you think, and they also have a new manager. So they're still going through a lot. As much as they're playing good football, they've gotten 6 points throughout on the road so far. I still feel like they're not going to match up to us that easily. They're not going to match up to us at all. We're here to get our leg back, bro. We're here to get our 3 points in.
Make a statement.
We're here to get our win at home. Go Orlando. Today they gave us a small pitch. And I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to say why they gave us a small pitch. I just want to say it's fine. Give us a pitch, we will play. Give us even
a match box.
Give us tar.
Yeah.
We
So
will
that.
play, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Look, man, I hear you. I hear what you have to say. You bring in legs, you bring in numbers. I haven't seen quality yet, but obviously, this season is in the. We'll see how you guys grow into the season. But from my side, on from what I've seen in that game, I don't feel convinced about your rotations. I don't feel convinced about second options in certain positions. And I feel, Lore, if you really are going to be competitive on all fronts, you need to have players that can impact the game even after a rotation. You understand? And I feel, Lore, today it was a perfect example. If you look at Paris' chances, it was never maybe chances that were created maybe by a player that was trying to maybe invent something or
chaos.
cause some chaos. You look at the early chances that came in for Masilela, it was after a press. They pressed the ball, they won it back, and they tried to attack immediately. Like you check the later stage of the game, their last two chances from Pedersen and Hoto, it was after pressing. After the turnover, they went on to attack. Obviously, they couldn't finish. But then looking at the game overall, I just feel like the creativity was just not there for me. Yes, Pirates, they are taking numbers. Yes, Pirates are a well-coached team. But when facing another well-coached team that decides to sit back, do you have someone like Rele Mokoena that can unlock the defense? Do you have someone like Rele Mokoena that can do something special? I don't feel like Pirates has that season. Yes, you have a bit of a unicorn in Apolis, and then you have someone like Sibile Bailey on a good day that can be a bit unpredictable. But apart from those two players, I don't see someone that can impact the game. Yes, we have Uma Saungai, someone that is nice and whatever, but I think
You see, Utito was not even here today.
Yeah, but-
Tito, we rested him. So
Yeah.
one out of Utito.
But do you see, especially from taking from last season, when do you see Masangani as a key player for Orlando Pirates?
This
Do you
season.
feel
This
as if
season.
do you feel as if Masangani contributed towards you guys winning the league last season? If he was not that player last season, what makes you think, Lord, this season is going to be any different? Look, we don't doubt his quality. 100% is a good player.
I think
Do you understand?
sometimes it's just what's happening at the time, how the coach feels, and
His relationship with
That-
his girlfriend.
like it's many things, bro. Like
Yeah.
there's many things to that castle that you're building.
Yeah.
But I can tell you something. Look, as much as yes, you do have a point on how Tito was performing last season, how he did not necessarily impact, our league campaign the way we would have loved as fans. But this season, he's had a bright start to the season. If anything, I feel like this season we have had performances or players that haven't performed to the levels that we're used to, like your Apolis this season. He's just been
He's a shadow of himself.
yeah, he's not a shadow. I think a shadow. That's the words you use after maybe a season or two of playing well. Yeah.
Too early to judge.
Not a
You
match.
see, so look, Apolis, I can see he's trying. He's just missing his shooting boots. He'll get those eventually.
He's what?
Shooting boots.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen that guy shoot me. I don't know if those boots exist.
But it's just this season. I can tell you that it's just this season. But look, aside from that, let's talk about Ulunga. Ulunga came in to this Pirate side. I'll be honest, when we signed Lunga, I didn't have a lot of like expectations per se because I didn't know too much about him. But the guy's come in, he's getting a goal and assist, almost every 0.75 games since the season has started. So let's focus on the players that are playing well in this Pirate side.
Yeah.
Let's focus on your Dion Hotos. Let's focus on your Lunga. Let's focus on your Mtiani. Let's focus on your Sevelevele. Let's focus on your Siema. Let's focus on let's focus on the players that are playing well. At the end of the day, Pirates still has a very solid foundation in terms of like defending. And I always say this: if you can't win, at least draw. If you can't win, at least draw. But still, we're still playing very good football. I don't see us, I only see us getting better, to be honest. I only see us getting
Yeah,
better.
look,
As we get sharper over the season, over the time period, I only see us getting better. Also, judge us when our players are back, when some of our injury players are back.
Look,
Judge
I'm
us
not
then,
I'm
don't
not
judge us now.
doubting. Look, I'm not doubting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doubting quality of Pirates. I'm not doubting the team that Pirates played throughout last season, the team that won in the league. But my problem is the rotation, and hopefully, like touching back maybe on Tito Mosangani. That's my homeboy, by the way. So there's no hate on him. Yeah, that's my homeboy.
He's watching, eh?
Yeah, so it's nothing. So I'm really hoping. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this season Utito can take that creative responsibility or that game changing responsibility that Rele had last season, and then take it on his shoulders and then deliver, because that's the Tito that we all know. No mongachi Thembiso babuze ngotito, Tito abamaziyo, and I really wish ukuthi abuyele to the level that we are used to seeing him. And that's the only player. That's the only player. To be honest, that's the only player that I see. The Orlando Pirates. Omnandi. The Pirates in the but I do not personally feel Uguti Orlando Pirates has enough unicorns in the team. You know, it has those type of players that can do something special. You can see Pirates as a well-coached team, but the only guy that I would say is a unicorn, the only guy I can say will bring that creativity, that specialness is Utito. And then obviously Apollos every now and then. But look, this is Itiski. It has to be nice, it has to be flavorful. And that guy is that type of guy that can bring that. And I really hope we see more of that this season, yeah.
You know, before we move on from this Pirates segment, I just want to say one thing. You know, with Pirates, I feel like the one thing that sets Pirates apart from a lot of PSL teams, like Pirates plays with a lot of bravery, bro. Like we're a brave team. Like we're a very brave team. Like we're, as much as, yes, you're talking about, the impact that, having unicorns, having, those star players and whatnot. But with the players that we are playing very brave football. We are fighting for results. We are crafting results. We are getting wins. I mean, the only performance that was a disappointment was the Amazulu. Amazulu has 7 points on the log. They're doing well. It's a good team. And within that game as well, that's a game we should have won. We didn't win, but we should have won. So look, let's just give credit where it's due and allow Pirates to grow into the season and see where we land.
I hope they don't grow too late, eh? Because Tina Sesakijima, yeah, we are running now.
How many points?
I'm on 7 points, but
But
yeah, look, I'm
Bayaphi.
picking up. Look,
Bayaphi,
I'll tell you
bayagijima,
something.
mara bayaphi.
I'll tell you something. I'm starting to see. Usually, I'm used to seeing Mamelodi Sundowns start the season slow, and to see Sundowns already in the mix of things so early in the season. Hey, man, look, the points that cost us last season. I don't. Hey, when did I complain about Cardoso? But anyways,
that's
look,
fine.
going
Behind the scenes.
no, but to be honest with you, I'm really happy now from my side with Mamelodi Sundowns, the pace that we're keeping up. I feel, Lore, in most seasons we started slow, and last season we started a bit slow, and that cost us some points that made us lose the league last season. And I feel, Lore, Mchana, look, you guys can find your feet, but make sure that you don't allow us to open the gap too wide. Yeah.
Okay, where is this confidence coming from? Because within the first episode,
Did you watch the Gallants game?
okay,
Did you watch the Gallants game?
I watched it a little bit with you, but then as
Yeah,
I
look,
was working, I guess
I'll-
it's unfit.
I'll tell you this, Kadisha. Ne?
Yes.
We started the game. We got an early lead. Obviously, the game started becoming a bit stagnant. Gallants is a team that just got whipped by Stellenbosch, so they're making sure, Lord, they're keeping things tight, whatever. You can see that we couldn't break them down. We're having a few shots from long range and whatever to see that we couldn't break them down. But the subs that the coach made, I mean, around the 63rd minute, he put on Umshishi, he put on Obri Mudiba, he put on the young Ndlovu. And the way the game just changed from that moment, that's where I could see Loro Sharp. This is the future of Sundowns. I feel like with Sundowns,
The future
I'm talking about Undlovu. I'm talking about the young Ndlovu. I feel like this is the future of Sundowns, because I always felt, or we, especially last season and the season before that, our left side with Matthews, as much as Matthews might not be the most clinical player, but he does pose a threat on that left hand side. And I always felt like our right was always missing something. That's why you find that Mudau was doing more than he should have been doing. And I feel like having someone like
no
Unro
Kawate.
and someone like Unrovu Ozongena and then
Kawate,
cause
you
a
know,
few issues
Ish.
for cause a few
Achilles
issues for
tendon.
Ish.
well, I mean,
Ish.
you shouldn't be too happy. He's a South African player at the end of the day. It's someone that
not
has to
happy.
represent
I'm not
Bafana
happy.
Bafana.
Ate happy.
So yeah,
Just
look,
saying, Oro Kawate.
yeah, look, but I mean, you shouldn't be too happy, man. He's a Bafana Bafana player, and he's saving his.
He's no more.
Yeah, look, man,
He's no more for a bit, but I don't know. Like, Solo, can you maybe tell us what that game looks like without Mudau?
Look, a game without Mudau, obviously there is someone like Thapelo Morena that can come in and give you that sort of that attacking potency. And I feel Lore on a defensive aspect, obviously there are a few question marks go Thapelo Moreno, but I feel like he's still solid defensively. I'm not saying he is lacking. He's solid, but obviously he's not at the level of Mudau, you know. And then when you look at someone like Zugo that came in during the week after the injury, I feel like he had a decent game because obviously Gallants did help that cost out because they were not really that threatening on the attack.
Like
So I
Gallants,
feel like if you can have, yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. So
Like
if you can have someone like Tepelo Morena for games where we are facing a low block, we need someone that can overlap and cause a few problems. A double team maybe between Ndlovu and Thapelo Morena. I feel like he's that type of guy that can do that. But in tough games where in Africa where we need someone that is defensively solid, I feel like Uzugo is good enough to hold that position. Obviously they are not Modau, but they do bring their different qualities, and I feel like those are the guys that can help us out whenever we need them. And it's the opportunity now to say, you know what, for the next 9 months, 12 months, as long as Mudau is out, we'll be the ones that will hold that post there.
So you would say that it's a big loss not having Mudau.
Mudau would be a big loss for any team in the PSL. Losing someone like Mudau is a big loss for any team in the PSL, and I feel like Sundowns has the depth to deal with that. Obviously, we'll be losing something, but I trust the coach and I trust the players to adapt to the situation and help us continue in a good run and get the points that are needed to compete, win the league, and defend our CAF Champions League here.
I like the confidence. I like the confidence. And please, we need to keep that. You see that? Compete, defend the CAF Champions League and win the league.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fine.
The same confidence you have in Orlando Pirates?
What? No,
I'm confident, nah? But I'm confident.
Yeah, Kadisha.
There's a
Kadisha.
I'm confident, but
Kadisha.
I'm confident, you know.
I don't even know why he finds that funny. Look at the last 10 PSL
No, it's fine.
seasons.
We're keeping that.
I won 8.
fine.
I won 8 of them. I won 8 of them. So
fine.
it shouldn't be a surprise that Sundowns are the favorites
fine.
for the PSL.
Okay.
People, everyone, even
fine.
Sundowns.
It's fine.
You know what's the weirdest thing? Orlando Pirates won the league, but people are still measuring their PSL to the standard of Sundowns.
Yeah.
As much as you guys won the league, but people are still trying to catch up with Sundowns. I bet even you guys, you are still trying to catch up with Sundowns. We can say this season, obviously, the pressure is off us a bit because we're not defending, but everyone is still trying to catch up with Sundowns. You can see Pirates recruitment. They want to have the depth of Sundowns. Everyone sees Sundowns as that main team that we need to catch up to. And the rest of Africa knows that. Go to Africa and speak about Sundowns, and you hear what they have to say about that.
You know, Solo, every time he comes on this show, he turns this into a Sundown show, turns this into Africa, turns this...
I have pride in my team. I have pride in my team.
No, but it's fine. You know,
You guys have our sloppy seconds, which is the
fine,
PSL. That's fine. But now I'm proud about being the CAF champion. I'm proud about being the first team in Africa. I'm proud about the Club World Cup that we play.
We've been there before.
Yeah, but do it 8 times. Do it 8 times in a row.
8 times.
Or you're talking about CAF. 1995. Chief, I wasn't even born at that time. Were you born? You have never seen your team lift the CAF Champions League. I've seen it twice. I've seen it twice.
Was he?
Oksala,
They call it recency syndrome.
Recency bias, yeah.
Yes, like we it's fine.
Yeah, but anyways,
But
anyways, but on a serious note, I'm happy with the start that we're having, and hopefully we continue with
happy,
that.
bro.
Yeah, and
But
yeah,
do you remember the first episode? Do you remember how he was slow? Yeah, this, we are this. Sundowns always start slow.
5 days later.
Yeah,
look,
a lot can happen in 1 week, eh?
yeah, exactly. And that can happen in 1 week. Look, we were coming off a back of a 1-1 draw with Kaizer Chiefs, where I feel like we could have done better. You understand? And I was commenting based on what I saw, yeah, an hour ago, whatever the case may be. Yeah, so the feelings will always change as the results go, and I feel, Lore, if we can continue with this momentum, the points that we lost last season that cost us the league, these are the points that we're collecting now. Yeah.
Let's talk about the log. 4 teams: Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, AmaZulu. Rank those 4 by who you believe in, but you're not allowed to mention your own team first.
He can't do that.
No, he can.
Yazin, eh?
Tebang,
Yazin, I'll do it.
do it.
I'll do it.
Yes.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Orlando Pirates first.
They said I can't name my team first. I can't name my team first, right?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey,
Say it. It's not difficult to say, Lori, Sundowns. But it's not difficult. It's not difficult.
no, it's fine.
Why are you making it so hard,
it's,
bro?
It's fine. I'll say Sundowns now.
Okay.
And then I'll say Pirates. I'll say Chiefs. I'll say AmaZulu. I'm not even sure if they'll finish 4th, but I'll say AmaZulu.
And then who do you think will finish just after them?
Just after them, that's a bit
Tricky.
it's a bit tricky because I mean they still Stellenbosch in the mix, they still Cocoon in the mix. So maybe for now I can speak more on the top 3. That's what I can speak on, more on the top 3. So yeah, like I said, because I can't name my team, Sundowns, Pirates, Chiefs. Yeah, Chief. I'm waiting for Pirates, Sundowns, Chiefs.
Yeah, look.
How about you, Simo?
Yeah, look. I mean, how I'd rank it obviously will be Orlando Pirates. They are obviously they are the defending champions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, feelings aside, whatever, they're the defending champions. They fought really hard. They fought us really hard last season, although they won the league by just a point. But they fought us really hard. They took us to the very end. And I feel like they are well deserved to be the favorites to win the PSL title after us, obviously. But if I were to rank according to the
question.
rules and the question, yeah, Orlando Pirates should be the most competitive team. Yeah.
Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, it's Mamelodi Sundowns and then Kaizer Chiefs. And I feel AmaZulu, where they are, it's all thanks to the young, the brilliant Tandungwenya. And I feel Lore, yeah, look, he's a very good goal scorer, and I really would like to see how he's going to perform throughout the course of the season. And I feel Lore, yeah, he's a top player, and yeah, he's a guy that can actually keep AmaZulu in the mix. Obviously, look, they can never win the league. I'm sorry to say this, they can never win the league this season, but it will be nice to see them battling it out, being in the mix of the CAF Confederation qualification area where they're fighting out with Kaizer Chiefs for the third spot. But obviously the first 2 will always be Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates based off the past 2-3 seasons. Yeah.
No, it's definitely a tight one at the moment, but only time will tell. The upcoming fixtures, we've got Orlando Pirates versus Sekhukhune United on the 25th of August. And on the 26th of August, we've got Mamelodi Sundowns versus AmaZulu and Richards Bay against Kaizer Chiefs. Your take?
Yeah, well, what I can say is that Orlando Pirates, they're going to be facing that low block again during the week. Obviously, it's a different stadium. Orlando is Kotinskama Minzela. They will make sure Lore they show themselves in a bigger pitch. Obviously, Waibona, the old Peter Mokaba is not as big. It allowed Sekhukhune to be as compact as they were, and then difficult for Pirates to open them up. On a bigger pitch, I feel like Pirates will cause a threat, although I am hoping for Sekhukhune to actually be on the game and force Orlando Pirates to drop a few points so that I can just Yeah, so that I can just go over them and start picking up that momentum. But yeah, I don't see Skukune causing too much problem. The best case scenario for them is picking up a point
They're
from
truthless.
Orlando.
They don't
Yeah,
have that goal scorer anymore.
they don't have that goal scorer, but it's football, and now it'll be hate watching. So hopefully my hate goes
And
away.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Not just anything. Like there's some things that can happen and not just anything.
Yeah, but we're talking about a team that collected 7 points out of a possible 9, or they collected actually 3 wins
It's
out
an
of.
anomaly.
It's an anomaly.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's a team
it's
you've
a
been
blue moon.
struggling with, and you struggle to beat them today. So I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen, and something might happen. I don't see this Orlando Pirates team consistently breaking down low blocks. I can tell you for a fact.
You don't see them winning all 3 matches against
I don't even
Sekhukhune.
see them winning all 3 matches. The best case scenario might be the most probable scenario where Skukune forces them to drop points during the week
Through a draw.
through a draw, 0-0 draw.
0-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two. Yeah. But obviously, when you look at the underlying statistics, Orlando Pirates is a team that will score, that is averaging so far 2 goals a match. The XG is on par 6, cumulative XG of 6. And I feel Lore, obviously, they will probe, they will try to open them up. I saw Pedersen have a shot today after a mistake from Skukune. That was a nice shot. Obviously, it went wide, but you can see the technique is there. So there is a player in there. So I'm really excited to see.
He's a lot different from Umputuma. Like
Yeah.
he's a lot different. I think Umputuma, look, I love the player and I think he has so much more to grow. But sometimes you need a number 9 that's actually gonna stick in the box and stay in the box and try to get your goal, and not just drop as deep as he does. Because I mean Umputuma today, believe it or not, believe it or not, he had 0 touches in the opponent box.
Yeah. You see.
So it tells
But
you everything.
yeah, look, I don't see him as a starting 9 for Orlando Pirates, especially with the money spent on Pedersen. I don't see him as a starting number 9, but he is a good player to bring on later in the game. Maybe if you want to disrupt the center base, etc. Yeah, but yeah, look, obviously it's Kukune hoping that they force a draw out of Orlando Pirates, and then now we'll be facing Amazulu. And I just feel like, look,
You spoke
Amazulu
well
has
of them,
scored.
eh? You spoke well of them.
Amazulu has
You
scored.
spoke well of them.
Yeah, Amazulu has scored 4 goals this season. 3 of them coming from Tandongwenya. So I mean, apart from Tandongwenya, I don't see Amazulu being a team that can cause us a lot of problems. If we can contain just one player, I feel like
Contain the whole
yeah, I feel like we contain the whole team, and I don't think they have enough to stop us from scoring goals. We just have to make sure that we are on our game defensively. I'm really happy with the Gallants game in a sense that we were able to contain any sort of counter attack that will come from Gallants' side. And I feel Lore, the centre back pairing that we had, and Tonyeki, or over there in the Gallants game, is the one that we should be continuing with. With Malibongwe and Grant as the 2 center backs. I feel like Johannes might be a good player, but I just feel like these 2 players, if we even in the Monday in the mix, should be the players that should be partnering with Krankeka. I feel like
I have
there's
a
more
question, though.
chemistry between those 2 players. Yeah.
I have a question. So that center back pairing, are you saying, do you want them to start tomorrow's match as well? And then to furthermore start the midweek game as well?
Yeah, look, obviously when you start getting to a point where we need to rotate, I just feel like it's still a bit early to
rotate.
be rotate. You can rotate. Obviously, still we're fresh off preseason. You don't want to strain the players too early. But I feel even if we do not rotate, I would like a consistent pairing at the back. Obviously, I don't see Khoza being the long-term solution or the long-term partner to Gran Kekana. I feel Lauren Damande, as soon as he's back in the team, he'll be the one
slot back
partnering.
in.
He's going to slot right back into the team. And I can't wait for him to come back, especially going into CAF where you have to be dealing with those aerials, etc. I just feel like Ndamande is just, he just has a good aerial prowess. Yeah.
It's more established, more
Yeah,
experienced.
exactly.
He's done it at the highest level. So,
Yeah. So.
Wait and see.
And I think we didn't touch on Chiefs, eh? With this podcast, I just wish maybe we had like a Chiefs Nyana support
Yeah.
just to speak, those
Yeah.
dizzy takes and say, I know we're gonna win the league. I know we're gonna win MTN8. I know MTN8. Though they are out, but
Yeah, well,
Chiefs.
look, when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, man, we are looking at a Kaizer Chiefs that's facing Richards Bay.
Yeah.
There's a Kaizer Chiefs, obviously, that has been doing well, but obviously the underlying data shows that they're not creating enough high quality chances. I think they're averaging a 3.4 cumulative expected goals. So I don't look for Chiefs to actually be there with Sundowns and Mamelodi Sundowns for a very long period. They need to find ways to create chances on a regular basis, and high quality chances at that, and then obviously have players that will be able to put those chances away. So for them to compete, Chiefs needs to really focus on how they'll be attacking, and I'm really hoping that this season we'll be seeing umuntu ofana noNkosini Ngobo come in and actually start taking charge. He's not a young player anymore. Because
we
Impilo
can't give
Ngoba
him
has
that
been in
grace.
the
We can't give
PSL
him
for
that
10
grace
years.
anymore.
Do you understand? He's been in the
Can't give him
PSL
that
for
grace.
10 years anymore.
Yeah.
He's a senior player now. He needs to take charge of that team.
Yeah.
If you look at that Chiefs starting 11 or that Chiefs squad, because Impilo is one of the players that have been at Kaizer Chiefs longer than most of those players. Although maybe we have players that are more experienced than him,
Yeah.
but within the context of Kaizer Chiefs, I feel like Impilo should be the one that is leading the way for the team. And I just feel like each and every season it's a nail. Obviously, he has his struggles with his injuries. He has torn his cruciate. But I feel Lore, now is the time for him to actually take charge and lead that team. You cannot have a player like Pili come in from Stellenbosch and then come in, snatch your chain. He's the one now leading the way. He's the one that is being trusted by the fans. He's the one that's being trusted by the teammates. I feel like Nkosi Mpilingoba is now or never for him. This is the season where Nkosi Mpilingoba needs to come in and take charge and show that he's a leader, show that he's the creative spark for the team.
Yeah. And I think another thing to add also on like the Chiefs debacle, I think with Chiefs as well, they just need to find that starting midfield. They just need to find that starting 11. They just also need to find that number 9. I think for the past couple of matches, they've been switching number 9s. They've been changing a lot. They've been like, that's the thing with Chiefs. I feel like with Chiefs, as much as they've got good players here and there,
winning formula just yet.
they don't have that winning formula just yet. And another thing is the depth good enough to help them to see it through? Because I think it's one thing to have, the good players, but it's another thing to have the depth to help you see it through.
Yeah.
I think if you look at Chiefs at the moment, look, we know they're injury prone players. I'm not going to mention them, but certain players that play a pivotal role with the way they build up, with the way they take the game on.
Mhm.
If those players are missing from the midfield, I just don't know if they're able to replace that player or able to even get establish a stronghold within that midfield.
Mhm.
So I think with Chiefs really they just need to bet down on the starting 11,
Yeah.
bet down on that.
Look, on the midfield, what I saw against Sundowns, I was really impressed with that combination. Yeah, Mthethwa, Mabwe, yeah, you understand, and Ndlovu. I feel like those guys, if they can stay fit, I feel like Chiefs
But
can
it's very
become.
defensive, eh? Like
Yeah,
it's
look,
not. It doesn't really have any creative
but
players in the mix.
Mabwe is an attacking player. To be honest, he's an attacking player. Obviously, he was tasked with hard work during Mamelodi Sundowns, which is
Yeah.
expected. But I feel like Mabwe, or when given the freedom, he has shown it at Maritzburg. He has shown it at Sundowns. He can get into the box and
Can he be the
impact.
focal point of like the playmaking? Can he be the focal point of creating chances? Can he be the
I
focal point?
I feel
That's where
if Nkosi Ngobo cannot
do that.
do that,
Then it should
Mawe
be
can
Mawe.
be the guy from midfield
Okay.
that can cause those type of problems, so that
Yeah.
he can create or make those late runs and
He
try
needs to stay fit as well,
impact.
Mawe.
He needs to
He needs to stay
obviously.
fit. And I didn't want to say his name, but unfortunately, he's
Yeah, look,
injury prone, so he needs to stay fit. And
yeah,
we
he
need
has
to
his,
have him throughout
yeah,
the
he has
season.
had his struggles with injuries,
Yeah.
and hopefully, like, before anything, we are all human beings. Before football fans, we are all human beings, and you'd like to see, if it was possible in an ideal world, every player in the world remains fit for the entirety of the season. But then the reality is injuries will come, and I'm hoping for the sake of Kaizer Chiefs, Mabwe does stay fit. Important players for them do stay fit, so that we can see Kaizer Chiefs rise to the top. I feel having Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, and Mamelodi Sundowns performing at a high level, it brings good attention to the Premier Soccer League, and 100%, you understand, and that competitiveness, and
it's nice.
and it does engage fans, because at the end of the day, we have to be honest, Kaizer Chiefs is a very big team. And some fans are hiding now because the team probably maybe hasn't won the league in a while and whatever. But having them in the title race will bring some fans closer to the league, closer to the football team. Yeah.
Ebe mfethu like awumanado ufethu abaspanning ubhizi ukulale lesibusiso kodwa umuthi because Chiefs loses this weekend. So like guys, I even at it then.
Yeah.
Like I am not. So let's have the big three teams playing well this season. Let's have them filling up stadiums. Let's have the league, being tightly contested.
Yep.
Let's have that. I think it's good for South African football. And yeah, I love the rivalry. I love that. I love the fighting. Nathi America with how that sort of thing. I love that. So let's have that. Let's have that. Chiefs.
Chiefs, let's get on our A game
Please show
quickly.
up. Please show up.
Quickly.
Pirates Sundowns already, foot on the gas.
In that order,
Yeah.
Pirates, Sundown.
Yeah, order is important. It was intentional. It was intentional.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the Premier League. So we saw United lost 2-0 to Hull City today. No, it was quite a tough watch, I must say. What did today tell you about Manchester United that pre-season did not?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. I've seen this Manchester United performance for the past 13 years. Ever since Fergie left, hot and cold United, lethargic United, can't rise to the occasion United. We've made change. We've bought players that we thought we needed. We brought in players that we wanted to bulk up our midfield. We brought in players last season that will bulk up our attack. But obviously, look, we were second fiddle today. Hull was the better team based on what they had. Obviously, pound for pound in terms of quality, Manchester United has better players. Yeah. But coming to rising to the occasion of today, I feel Hull was the better team, and they deserved that 3 points.
Yeah.
You can go into tactics and talk about Hull. They came in there with their back five and they defended, and they forced United to not be able to play their own game. United came there, they knocked around and whatever. But the reality is, Manchester United, when it's time to dispatch games that we are supposed to be winning, we tend to struggle every now and then. I don't know whether we come into the game already thinking we have won it or what, but I did not feel like Manchester United was sharp enough today. I don't feel like our players were proactive enough today. I feel like even when you pass, I've seen certain moments in the game where the balls are being lost so cheap. It's like when a player receives the ball, it's like he's surprised that the ball came to him. There's no plan. Look, it was a very frustrating game.
Do you think they underestimated Hull City?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look,
they did definitely.
If you want to look at it on a professional level, you wouldn't want to say something like that. A professional team will come in underestimating
Another professional
But
team.
looking at that game, you can actually believe Manchester United came in there underestimating Hull City, or came in there already counting their 3 points. And look, if they want to come in there, those players want to come in there with that type of attitude into this season, I would be even surprised if we make top 4. So hopefully, because it's the first game of the season, it's a wake-up call. You understand? And the players can take that as a lesson, etc. On a performance level, it was so poor. Tactically, I don't feel Carrick did anything different to try and impact the game. I'll give you an example. I watched that game. Manchester United, yes, they had possession, but they never had possession in threatening areas, in dangerous positions. You'd see Hull before the 2-0, before maybe the 60th minute, they were not really sitting deep. So you can never say Hull was sitting deep and waiting for United. Hull, they had a measured pressing approach where they set traps for United. If you look at the numbers, you'd see that United had 28 throw-ins against Hull's 10. It shows you, Lore, there was no football that was being played in the middle of the park. United were forced to play on the wide areas. And whenever they go to the wide areas, Hull would come in and press them, force them into. So you see, Lore, we were not tactically set up to deal with the defensive shape of Hull to a point where we can try to force a few combination passes in the middle, etc., a few quick passes. We couldn't even do that. And I feel, Lore, if United are going to compete based on what I've seen earlier in the Hull game and later in the Hull game, yes, we need players that can hold on to the ball, your Tielemans, your Andre Santos. But at the same time, going forward, I feel like we have players that want to eat grass, players that want to run, get balls in behind. And when we play against a team that doesn't give us that space, we tend to struggle. So I would really like to see how Ineos continue with the window after this game, because I feel even in the second half where Hull was sitting deep, even when we tried building up, we lacked those type of players that can roam, in between the lines, try to receive the ball on a half turn, cause some problems. You'd see Mbumo when he has the ball. He looks a bit confused. He looks a bit lost because he doesn't have grass that he can eat up. You look at Rashford, he tried obviously to impact the game. I feel like he had a few positive moments, but he's also not a kind of player that will play in the tight spaces. He's someone that wants to eat up grass. You understand? And I feel like for us to actually be competitive and for us to be able to break down low blocks, we do need a few players that can roam in between the lines and pick up the balls against low blocks, pick up the balls in areas opened up after a team has pressed. And I would really like to see, or I would really like to hope that we can get one more attacking player that can probably help United in those type of moments. Yeah.
As someone who was hate watching and laughing their lungs out, seeing how badly Man United was being beaten, give us your feedback. Such a hater.
Yeah, look, I mean, I wish I had the laughter now. I laughed it before the show and I just made sure that I get it all out so that, I can give the viewers something to watch. But I'll be honest with you, United lost the game in both boxes. I think when it came to defending, look, Hull City only had, I think, one or two corners.
They had one corner.
They had one corner the whole match, and from that one corner, they got a goal. They had a set piece, free kick, and from that free kick, they had a goal. So with the first goal, when I looked at that United box, I saw a lot of headless chickens. No, 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 no. Look, there's not this. For lack of a better word, I saw a lot of headless chickens. I mean, Maguire is marking Mbeumo. Mbeumo is watching, the play. So there was just a lot of ball watching, and I think this is one thing that United have not been doing in the past, and I think they need to start taking after maybe like an Arsenal. Like, you need to embrace defending. Like, it's part of the game. You need to embrace defending. United does not embrace defending. Every time I talk to United fans, they are more concerned about chasing games. They are more concerned about outscoring opponents. They are more concerned about, winning with big margins. But I never hear them talk about clean sheets. I never hear them talk about the defensive discipline. I never hear.
But
them
that's
talk
not the
about-
United way.
No, bro.
That's not in our
But guys,
DNA.
the football has changed. If you're
That's not the United
if
way.
you're not gonna embrace defending, results like this are gonna happen.
I'll be honest with you, ne? I'm happy for you guys. You won the league, whatever, ne? But the way you won the league, it's not the way I would want to win the league as a United. I respect that. You want to say, well, I won the league, whatever. It doesn't matter how it comes. I'm happy for you. That's fine. But that's not our way. That's not the United way. And look, to be honest, We are going to continue being the very same team that wants to be expansive. We want to be the very same team that want to be scoring 100 goals in a season of the Premier League, hoping for that, chasing for that. That's the United way. That's our DNA. Do you understand? We're entertainers. That's why we're the biggest
same-
club in the world.
The same United that scored the most set piece goals last season. The same United where Bruno got what 15 assists out of set piece goals. I don't know.
Tell us about facts.
The same United. I can get those facts, but what I can tell you is that, look, if you want to talk about the scruffiness of how we won the league with the set pieces and stuff, we can go back to Bruno's assist record and we can count the open play assists.
Okay, that's your homework.
We can do that.
That's your homework. Next podcast, no, that's fine. Whatever, do your homework, whatever the case may be. But now all I'm gonna say, Kadisha, is Arsenal. That's the worst way of winning the Premier League. I feel like even Leicester did a better job at winning the Premier League than Arsenal did last season. And United is just not like that. And to be honest, unfortunately, he's a young Arsenal supporter. This is not the Arsenal way as well. Wenger would never be proud of this. I'll be honest with you. Wenger would not
The
be
same
proud of
Wenger was
this.
happy,
When you
bro.
look at the way the Invincible played that season, if you look at the way Wenger played with the likes of Thierry Henry, Nicolas Anelka, Bobo Vieira, Bo Pires, Arsenal was once an exciting
That's
team
20
to
years
watch.
ago. Football has changed so much. Times have
Identity.
changed. Smartphones have come into thing. There's now a thing called podcasts. People don't watch TV anymore. Times have changed.
Look,
man.
times
have changed.
Times have changed, but what about identity? What about identity? Okay, answer this one. Answer this one. What about identity? I'll tell you this.
Let me
This
answer
one.
you.
I'll tell you this,
Let me
Bafone.
answer you.
I'll tell you just before you answer me. I'll tell you this, Bafone. Look at Barcelona. Look at Barcelona. Let's use Barcelona as an example.
How many Champions
Barcelona, ever since,
How many Champions
as
Leagues?
long as we've known Barcelona, how many has Arsenal won?
how many
Let's not talk about
No, no, I'm just
Champions
saying,
League.
like,
Don't
the
touch
same-
on
no, no, no,
Champions
no.
League. Don't touch on Champions League. How many has
saying, no,
Arsenal won?
okay, cool.
How many has Arsenal won?
That one.
So I'm just gonna
That one.
yes.
That
So
one.
so I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna go back on my point. Yeah, identity. Look at Barcelona. Barcelona through thick and thin, through good times, bad times. Barcelona will play football, and that's their identity. Man United, they want to combine. They want fast breaks. They want to score more goals. That's our identity. You go to each and every big club in the world, they all have an identity. Arsenal is it's like they sold their souls for the Premier League. You guys sold your souls for the Premier League.
bro.
Enlighten me how?
You're
Enlighten me
contradicting
how?
yourself. Are you telling me that Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand were leaking goals?
Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. Look,
You see?
United.
So all I'm just
United.
saying is
No.
that get your
You're saying
basics right.
you're saying you
Get your
see.
basics
You're
right.
saying you
Get
see
your
before
basics-
I even say anything.
Get your basics right.
Even at the time here when Nemanja Vidic and the time here with Rio Ferdinand, we were never a team that would keep clean sheets. Even Fergie will tell you, Lore, now I would rather lose 5-4 than to chase a draw.
speaking of,
We were never that team, and we'll never be that team. Even at the party
small
pace.
clubs now have money to buy.
Okay,
good
so I
players.
have a course.
Unlike back then, where if it's only the big four that have the budget, the other clubs they're just coming in hoping for the best. Now, most of these clubs have sponsors, big sponsors that are coming in. They're building
TV rights.
stadium.
I
TV
get
rights
that.
and everything.
Yeah.
So if Abonema could not keep clean sheets, there, versus our go Vats. What do you think Gary Maguire is going to do today with the way players are being developed?
Yeah.
And these players are very lethal. You know, there's money to buy a player from Spain, bring him to House City. They're no longer as small as they used to be. Time on Nemanja Vidic.
So
But the identity still stays the same.
So where does that centre back pairing rank amongst top PL defensive pairings? Like
They're the best.
no, I'm just asking where did they rank? Like I think
Vidic
the top three.
and Ferdinand.
Vidic.
Oh, come on, man. Hall of Famers, man. They're the best we've ever seen. They're the best we've ever seen in the Premier League.
They are the best.
They're the best we've ever seen, bro.
And why are they the best?
Not because of the
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm just asking. Like, why are they? Like, give me your reasons why.
they were
I wanna hear your reasons.
They were,
Chip,
yeah.
their defending style back then and the style of play that other teams that they were playing against will bring required that. Oh, you were telling me about us.
What is the defending style? Like what are the
aggressiveness?
the aggressiveness?
They were very
Okay,
aggressive.
and then what
Front
else?
footed, on the front foot. They're always on the front
And they
foot.
scored
And then
goals.
what else?
And they scored goals as well.
shot goals.
And they scored goals.
And they
then-
played ball. And the
And they
upper,
played goal,
upper when
and
it
then-
comes to Rolls Royce centre backs, one of the very first ones was Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand, you know, Van Dijk is a spitting image of Rio. You understand? Rio was one of the first Rolls Royce centre backs that you have ever seen. He was a baller, man. He was a baller. He played ball. And even our defending, he wants to say, hey, why are they good defenders? They were not good defenders in a defensive team. They were good defenders in an attacking team. That shows the quality. Look, it's easy for Bo Saliba to defend if you have Declan Rice and you have Bo Zubimendi sitting in
but
front
I can
of
tell
you.
you something, ne? As much as you guys are saying what you're saying, and this is just what I'm seeing online. These guys recorded every second match they got a clean sheet. They got 70 clean sheets in 138 Premier League matches.
Hear what I'm just saying.
So what I can tell you now is with the current United side, you guys are averaging way lower than that.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about getting back to the old
but
United,
you see-
you need to embrace defending
Yeah,
as well.
look, what I'm going to tell you.
You need to embrace defending.
What I'm gonna
Are you
tell
happy with your
what,
centre
what,
backs?
what I'm gonna tell
Are
you.
you happy with your
Look,
centre
I wanna answer you, ne? When it comes to these stats, hey, 0.5 clean sheets per match, I hear you, but that relied solely on the quality of the players. Even though the players, those defenders were very good defenders. The
But
team was
backtrack,
not. You
Alawan,
see, when
the
you
backtracking.
see what's your issue.
Spoke about clean sheets. They're backtracking.
No, listen to this. You know,
Manchester United,
They're backtracking.
we don't have the quality.
They're
I can't put
backtracking.
Maguire and Heaven is
They're backtracking.
is the best duo in the league.
you understand what I'm saying?
It's not a Manchester United issue
They're
as a club.
they're backtracking.
We have to now to change our identity because
Exactly.
They're backtracking.
We just don't have
need
those players
good
right now.
centre-backs.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm telling you guys.
No,
That's
we're
what
not
I'm
talking about
saying.
Manchester United. You're not talking about the centre backs.
We are talking about centre.
Right now we're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
clubs
that,
and
bro.
their identity.
I'm
We
talking
are
about-
talking about
let's-
clubs and their identity. We are talking about clubs.
The top.
You are talking
That's
about
what I'm
Manchester
saying.
United.
You guys don't have defenders
you
who embrace
said
that.
Manchester
If you want to
United.
play on the front foot, you need defenders who can defend on your
Yes,
front foot.
we-
You don't
that
have
one-
that.
That's how
You don't have
Yeah,
that.
that's what you should have
That's
said.
what I'm saying.
That's what you should have said.
don't have
You
that.
said we must embrace
The
defending.
defenders that
As a
you have-
club. As a club.
The defenders,
wanted us to
the
embrace it as a
defenders that
club.
You have don't like defending.
Okay, we'll fix that.
They don't like defending, and that's why you guys concede the way you concede,
sure.
and that's why you guys drop the points that you drop,
sure
and that's why you guys will not win the league this
It's
season.
fine, and I'm sure they've seen that.
End of story.
And I'm sure we all have seen.
Rio Ferdinand, 70 clean sheets, 138 Premier League matches, 50.7% clean sheet record.
You see,
That's the thing that I wanna look up to. I mean, I look at Gabriel and Saliba, and we're averaging 48.3%. That's the benchmark of defending.
Look,
That's the
Bafo,
benchmark.
Bafo,
That's the benchmark.
just before you
That's
jump
the
in,
benchmark.
Now I'm happy that he himself is moving away from the club to the players. Yeah, because initially,
But I
initially,
spoke about the match.
without,
But I was speaking about the match.
without
players,
interruption.
not the
Look,
club,
without
bro.
interruption. Listen to this. He
guys.
says Manchester United must embrace defending. Blah 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 blah. Now my issue was
We
that
won't embrace.
what is our identity? You sold your soul. Arsenal sold their souls to win the league. They've lost themselves to
Last
win the
episode,
league.
they were saying the brother was to be men.
No, but it's fine.
Gonka again
Yeah,
for the midfield.
yeah.
It's fine. You guys don't want to
Same playing
defend.
style, but wrong players. That's
Yeah.
why they keep on.
Ali never defend.
Gimenez
Yeah, exactly.
to suit the playing style.
Ali never
Manchester
defend,
United's
I guess.
issue- Can I please stop?
Yeah.
Manchester United's issue is not the club as a whole. Our identity is not going to change. You score 5 goals, you score 3. We just don't have the best centre backs in the world for Manchester United level.
Ali never defend.
And when you compare it also this pairing to Nemanja and Rio Ferdinand, I give you the fact. Football then and football now. Or let me say the recruitment, the investment, the pitch, the everything around modern day football is different from that time when they were facing nameless people or these Nigerian strikers playing for Bolton Wanderers and
Yeah.
this. It's no longer the same.
Alan, what do you
The
think?
game has evolved, just like you say, it has evolved. But one thing I'll tell you is Manchester United's playing style will never change.
Alan, a good defender.
Yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day,
I wanna go defend.
he's always going to justify the horrible playing style that
Alan,
they've
a good
adopted
defender. And
for
now
the sake of
I'm
winning the
helping
league.
you guys. I'm telling you guys that if United can be more solid at the back, you can win the game in both boxes. If
Yeah,
you
but
wanna
we
win
don't
the
need to
game,
be a defensive
you-
team to be
You
solid.
know, there's
We
nothing.
don't need to be a
There's
defensive.
nothing about being.
I'll give you
there's
an
nothing about
example.
being defensive.
Look at PSG. It's not a defensive team, but you look at someone like
embrace
Marquinhos and you look at Pacho. Those are really, really good center backs that can take them out of trouble. At United, we need
embrace
those
defending.
type of things. But you'll never see PSG sitting in and
embrace
protecting a
defending.
1-0 lead. You understand? Protecting a corner
embrace
lead.
defending.
And come on, man. Give me a break.
But you guys also.
Okay,
No
are
one,
you-
no one said that United should have a defensive style. I said embrace defending. Like if you're gonna defend, embrace defend. That's all I said. Listen, bro, I'm giving you guys good advice. If you want to become a better team, no, listen. If you want to become a better team, you need to defend better. That's all I'm saying. That today United was let down by their defense. That's all I'm saying. And you guys are being so protective because you feel like I'm attacking you guys. You know, you feel like
I think
you
you're,
guys feel like I'm attacking.
you're shifting the goalpost,
No,
but
guys,
it's fine.
I'm just saying.
It's
I
fine.
said embrace defend. Did I say get a defensive playing style?
Yeah,
But
I
it's
mean,
fine. I just said embrace.
anyways, Khadija is the one that asks the questions. So.
Embrace defend. I want to defend.
Speaking about Arsenal, let's talk about Arsenal's last game. Let's hear your take on it, Tepa.
Look, I just want to say, yeah, no, that's the standard.
What standard?
That's the standard. That's the standard that we want to maintain throughout the season. Look, I'm glad that we're back to playing the football that we love. I'm glad to see that the players are back. The players are confident. I'm glad to see the depth that we have. I'm glad to see Zolis as well. I mean, I've been saying that this guy, he's gonna come in and change our left wing. And for a long time, our left wing has been so dead. And look, credit to Tozat, Martinelli, but sometimes they were frustrating me, those people, you know. But look, now I'm glad. I'm glad to say that we're in a much better place, and I just hope maybe we can get an attacker or two. But at the moment, the team is playing well. We are very strong. We just bought Konsa. We just got Bruno Jimenez. We just won 3-0. We're playing well, and I can tell you something. Look, I don't see us, putting the brakes on what we're doing at the moment. So we just need to continue doing what we're doing best. Win the league, defend the league, attack the league, and try to win more trophies than just the league this season. I think we have the squad. Let's try to get FA Cup. Let's try to get Carabao Cup. Let's try to get back into the Champions League final, and let's try to show whoever is going to be there that we deserve it this time around. But yeah, I'm very happy with the results. Look, the excitement is gone because, yeah, it happened yesterday. I was happy yesterday, and it now went towards hate watching United. So, that's life for you.
Yeah. Look, I mean, that Arsenal game, yeah, well, it was men against boys. They've shown themselves. Arsenal, the defending champions. I think, yeah, look, the championship, Coventry that just got promoted, and I feel like in that game, Arsenal did really show their class, and it was a well-deserved 3-0 win. And look, looking into the rest of the season, I feel that Arsenal is the most, as much as I can disagree with the way they play football or whatever, Arsenal is the most developed team, the most stable team in the Premier League. I feel like, look, out of the big six, the only stable team is them. You look at Manchester City, Pep just left, Maresca is only starting. You look at Xabi Alonso's only starting. Andoni Raiola is still starting. You look at Roberto De Zerbi, first full season. You look at Carrick, first full season. Arsenal is the only team that has been stable with one manager over the past, 7-8 years, And I feel like, yeah, look, they are the favorites to win the league. How they win the league, I disagree with that. But winning the league is winning the league at the end of the day. It's not the way United would like to, but yeah, look, well deserved win. And like, yeah, like he said, he's excited to see how they play this season. I'm just excited to see if maybe they can fall apart. Yeah.
So they are the club right now that's closer to being what they want to be in comparison to the other teams at the moment.
100%. 100%. I have to agree with that, whether I disagree with how they play or not. Yeah.
Upcoming matches, we've got Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, who have not kicked a ball yet. Is anyone allowed to have an opinion on the title race on that?
At the moment, I'll let you guys talk. You guys think there's a race? Talk to it.
Yeah, look, I don't think,
They
look,
think there's a race.
at
Talk
the end
to
of the
it.
day, at the end of the day, football is football. There's always a dark horse, you understand, might maybe come up and maybe challenge Arsenal, whatever. But the way things stand, like I mentioned earlier, all of the other big six teams are unstable. They're starting new projects, etc. And
Yeah.
I feel like Arsenal are further down the project more than anyone else by what 6 or 7 years. So yeah, look, I mean, they are the most deserving, and I don't look. It's hard to see a team that can actually challenge Arsenal. You understand? And I feel with the big six, the way it's looking, and the way the league is looking, it doesn't look good for us, especially us, the Arsenal haters as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you. Ever since we won the league, I've just been more at peace. I think waiting like so long to win the league and finishing second back to back, like I think 3 years in a row,
Yeah.
to be called the bridesmaid and never the bride by Liverpool fans, to have the whole league hate against you, to have the whole world hate against you. I'm just glad now that we finally have the league. I'm
Yeah.
glad that we're finally in a stable form or a stable phase of the project, and I'm just glad that yeah, we can take it a step further. I think we still have a level or two within us. People don't love a football, but hey, man, you guys can discuss that. They say losers explain, winners celebrate. So we will celebrate, they will explain, and we'll talk about it for many years with our kids. No, Arsenal did this, Arsenal did that. But I'll tell you something, last season, seeing those set piece goals, it gave me a new level of
Set piece again, ole
it gave me a new
ole.
level of wow,
Set
bro.
piece
Of
again,
ish.
ole ole. Set
Set
piece
piece again.
again. Set
Set
piece
piece
again.
again.
Set
Set
piece
piece
again,
again.
ole
Ole
ole.
ole.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, I mean,
It was just exciting.
Kadisha, look, it's very nice to see them embrace their new identity.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, look, yeah. Look, what I'm just hoping for is to see an exciting Premier League. You have Xabi Alonso, a disciple of Pep Guardiola, that follows the Pep Guardiola way,
Yeah.
unlike the other Pep Guardiola disciple. And we'll like to see the kind of project he can build because, look, he has proven at Leverkusen that he can work with the young players. A core of Chelsea's team is young players. Yes, they've brought in some experience with Welbeck coming in. They are chasing, I think, Granit Xhaka. I'm not sure how far they are with that. And yeah, look, that Chelsea's project is also a bit exciting. And that what makes it more exciting, obviously, is the manager, the type of players he's used to working with, and the type of players that Chelsea have. And I think they're quite exciting. And when you look at Tottenham, on the other hand, we watched the game against Brentford. They look toothless. They didn't compete enough. And I feel like obviously it is natural when you have a team, when you have new signings and whatever, for those players to get along with each other, get used to each other, and start performing at a high level. So I feel like with Tottenham, you still have to give them time. The same, obviously, with Chelsea and and with Man City as well. Because I mean, we watched the Community Shield last week. They were nowhere near the Manchester City we know, and like I feel like with Maresca, well, maybe they can stabilize things because it's someone that has been an assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. He does more or less understand the club more than any other coach that would have come in. And like, yeah, man, it's really just tough to tell at this moment in time which are the teams that can come out to compete against Arsenal. Because you also look at a Liverpool team that just appointed Andoni Raiola, the bought a few players. They lost a marquee player in Mohamed Salah, and Liverpool, you don't really know what kind of Liverpool is gonna come up because of how maybe they finished their season last season. So it's gonna be a really, really tough one, and it's gonna be exciting to see which team can raise their hand and say, you know what, we are willing to challenge Arsenal for the title. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm actually looking forward to Liverpool and Areola. Look, as much as they haven't replaced Mohamed Salah, I still feel like that Liverpool side just have a couple. It still has quality, man. I mean, they have Isak, they have Eketike. I'm looking forward to Sovaslai. Look, if they can buy Barcola as well, that would be that'd be a very big sign for them. But Areola, I think as well, just his style of play, the intensity that they play with, just the way he structures he's thinking on the pitch. I think he'll get it right. From the managers that that you have mentioned, I think Areola is at a point where he's more, yeah, he's a bit more matured. He can take on tough situations. We've seen it at Bournemouth when he's lost some of his best players, and he's still come out and gotten results with the players that he has. So Areola is a type of manager that can work with what he has. So I'd want to see that. With Chelsea, look, Chelsea, I think Xabi Alonso is still finding his feet. Um, yeah, no, it's a tough one, but we'll see. Um, Tottenham, the Zerbi with the way he plays, I think he's just always been a risky manager. And we were saying it today that, unfortunately with the Zerbi, it's either you crash or you burn. And that's what happened, with the Zerbi today. Yeah, look, I mean, to lose 3-0 like that, and I understand that, yes, it's new players that they're bringing
Hey,
into the
but
team.
Mamadou Sangare, man.
Sangare
What a
from
recruitment for
Brentford.
Brentford. What a player. Look, I knew him from Lens, ne?
Yeah.
And that's just the league on, and the way he
Yeah.
dominated that midfield, Tottenham spent what, 85 million on Fernandes.
On Fernandes,
And
yeah.
and then to see Sangare just dominate that midfield the way he did, that boy is special, man. That boy is special. And you know what?
Yeah.
I saw him being linked with United in the window, earlier in the window. I just felt, look, we need a Premier League proven player. I'm happy that we got Baleba, but now I'm starting to feel the pain of, I'm envying, what Brentford has there. That's a very exciting player and one player to look out for. Yeah.
Look, with Brentford, I'll tell you something. I mean, the scouting department always gets it right, bro. Like the amount of money they invest in their data analytics team.
Yeah.
It just always goes to show every season they keep
They get a
reaping-
gem,
keep reaping the
after
fruits.
gem
They
after
keep-
gem. Yeah.
Exactly, like every season, and that's the thing that sets the Brentford apart from other mid-table clubs. They
Yeah.
actually embrace the analytical side of football, and for Sangare to get a player of that caliber, and for him to just easily slot into the way they play and the way they position themselves in the league, and for him to come in and just boss the Tottenham midfield like that, it just
That's a
goes to
big
show
six
that
team, man.
that's a big six team. That just goes to show that Brentford don't just they don't just sign players. Like it's a proven
There's a lot of work
methodology.
that goes up
Yes,
behind the recruitment. Yeah.
yes, it's a proven methodology of the way they run that club, of the way they recruit, of the way they see themselves. So yeah, I think credit to them. Honestly, credit to them. I think if anything, maybe United should buy their data analytics team.
Look, Kadisha, man, from my side, I'm really excited about the new season. The Premier League is finally back. Disappointed that my beautiful club lost today, but it's fine. Chelsea's playing tomorrow. I know for every time United hurts me, Chelsea will heal me. You understand? And I'm really excited to see how the league will develop. And I'm really excited about Europe as well. United is coming back. Let's not forget, United is a big club.
Yes.
So it's a big deal for the Champions League as well on a commercial level. And obviously,
anymore.
Arsenal can't relate because
Not anymore.
you'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. So he'll never really relate with the connection that some of us fans have with the Champions League. And I feel obviously, as much as we might not be the ones to be playing later in the stage, but it's really good to see United back. It's good for the commercial side of the Champions League. It's good for the commercial side of Manchester United. And I feel, yeah, it's an exciting league ahead, campaign ahead. And yeah, man, finally, man, football is back. The PSL is back. It's looking exciting. Premier League is back. It's looking
Liga
exciting. Then La Liga is back. Real Madrid just
too.
won. Mourinho is back there, man. Likes of Yamal are
They
still here
stuck
to
that
play
way,
tomorrow. Yep.
Scruffy win, but that's a typical Jose Mourinho
Yeah,
performance.
he
Yeah,
gets the job done. He gets the job done, and I feel like that's the perfect team for him. A team
but
with
when Arsenal
speed.
just gets the job done, they don't get the compliments that come
But we're
alongside.
talking about
But it's fine.
identity.
No, but it's
Identity,
fine.
Mchan.
It's fine. We also get the job done, but
Football
it's fine.
heritage.
It's fine.
Football heritage.
Yo, you don't want to go back to that.
Football
You know, you're
heritage.
talking about your team, yeah?
100% context.
You're talking about your team.
Yeah, but I'm putting those words into this context. But
I'm just
look,
saying, yeah.
football heritage, Mchana. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, like I did say, excitingly a campaign ahead. And yeah, it's gonna be a long one. I'm gonna enjoy it alongside you. Wanna enjoy that song like alongside Aboba for
Aboba, for
Kadisha.
our
And
fans
yeah,
as
look,
well.
yeah, and our fans as well at
Online.
home. Yeah, look, man, I can't wait for the campaign to start warming up and we start the league tables start shaping up, etc., so that we can have more to
Seeing
discuss here.
who the performers and underachievers.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely going to be an exciting one. And here's an invitation to join the 451 FP League. The league code is UDO80T. That is UDO80T. And I think we've come to the end of our episode. Follow us on all our social media pages. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm Kadisha Miss Mabena with all due respect from myself and the team. Keep the passion.
Champions of Europe.
You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that.